So it's on for 15 blocks, and then it stops there. Right? That's no longer on. Redstone signals travel 15 blocks. Is the reason why everything is 15 blocks apart. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put that there. Roland says, okay, that makes things much simpler. Yes, yes. Yeah, you do have to. Once you understand all the pieces, then you can understand how they combine, yes. Let's put that there. It is much easier to understand the piston version. So the piston version, you will notice there are no comparators. The three knobs, like there's no comparators, it's just pistons going up and down. Right? When the signal comes in, it pushes up. When the card goes past, it pushes down, and that activates the signals or not. That is much easier to understand because it's like physical, right? It moves up and down. Unfortunately, it lags. Three, four, 5. Roland says, so if you go one block beyond 15, it loses a signal. That's right. That's right. If you go one block too far, there's no signal anymore. But if you go one block too short, it becomes the wrong signal, right? Because imagine if this is like over this way. If we move it over by 1, then the 1 turns into a 2, right? So it has to be exactly 15. If it's any less, as you say, you lose the signal. If it's any more, then you change the signal to something else. So it's not, the wires is not just on and off, it's how much it's on. It's not a binary system. Roland says, now I understand how you get the different codes for each station. Okay. Yes. It is like, unless you've done quite a bit of Minecraft redstone work, it's not obvious because real world circuitry does not work like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, like if you do any electrical engineering in the real world, it does not work like this at all. So this does not resemble anything in the real world. You have to understand the specific rules of redstone in the game in order to understand how all this works. 2, 3, 4, 5. Roland says, I'm still unsure how you fit all of those blocks into such a small space at the station, since you need 15 blocks to make the signals. Yes. It is... Actually, do I have... Can I change this? Hold on. Properties... Browse... encoder.jpg. Oh, okay, here you go. Okay. Let me transition... Oh. Okay, so this is a picture from top, from the top view. It's not that clear, is it? Showing you the encoder. So the bottom half is the whole thing completed. The top half is the same encoder with the top layer removed. And, well, if you can follow the redstone, it loops around and then loops around and then loops around and then loops around. Basically, it just loops back on itself. Like it's basically like a snake that coils around on itself, just up and down, up and down, up and down, and then around on itself. It is yeah, it is very compact. Roland says, did you use the comparators to shorten the distance? No, comparators do not shorten the distance. I use the comparators to actually extend the length. But because remember it's 15, right? So you have 10 buttons next to 10 buttons, and then you have to like go around and back. So it's like 10 plus 10 plus 10 back plus 2 more. It's actually like 20. So from one end to the other one becomes like 20. So instead of like going straight across and then the 15th one is straight across, I like loop backwards and then loop backwards, and like you go like loop backwards and loop backwards and loop backwards over and over again. Let me change this back. Alright, back to the game. One, two, three, four. Roland says, so okay, so it's still the same concept, but just looped together. That's right. It's the same concept except that I coiled the. Basically, I turned the wires in coils and like looped them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that they take up less space. It's the same length of wire, but I like wrapped it up basically into like a spiral. That cancels there, that cancels there. Roland says, I feel like my brain just ran a 5K. Good. That's good. Exercise your brain. The more you exercise it, the smarter you get. I want to raise this up, I guess. And so you asked me earlier, like why am I building this? And like part of the reason is precisely that. It's like a really complicated puzzle for me to solve. Right, like, because figuring all this stuff out has been really interesting. Right, like if you're into puzzle solving and like logic and programming, if you're into programming, then this sort of stuff is really interesting. Two, three, four, five. I think I should just come straight through there. And activate that. Now where's the button? I don't really want it there, do I? Roland says, I'm not into programming, but I just like to know how things work. Well, you know, maybe you should get into programming. Cause like, if you can figure most of this out, you can probably figure out programming. I think maybe... Oh, that's awkward. Nope, that's super awkward. Ah, I need to move the button back, don't I? But I don't really want to move the button back. Let's move the button back by 1. Oops. Actually, Roland, if you don't mind me asking, are you like how old are you? Old enough to go to university? What are you gonna do in university? I ask that because you seem pretty smart. And maybe you should get into engineering. Right? Like if you're interested in how things work. 19, almost 20. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do with in university? Have you thought about it? Or what are you doing in university? Are you in university yet? Roland says, I'm not going to college. Wow. But you seem so smart. you, you don't seem so smart. Like you're figuring out my circuits, which really not that many people have stuck around long enough to figure out my circuits. I would like to buy businesses. Do you have enough money to do that? You don't need money to buy businesses, says Roland. Ah. There are many ways to buy businesses. I mean... look, you seem pretty smart. I'm gonna trust that you'll figure it out. You figure out how to do what you want to do. I will say that... Oh wait, I need to raise that up. Why is that not joined up? Oh, what did I break here? I will say that engineering sounds like something you might be interested in. Why is that? Oh, I'm missing a thing. Roland says you can get investors or get a bank loan and have previous owner loan you the rest. Yeah, but you have to pay back the loans, Roland. You have to pay back the loans. And if the business is you know, profitable enough for that to be likely to work, someone else would probably have done it already. Right? Like if somebody is selling you a business and you can get your hands on it, usually there's something kind of wrong with the business. Like if the business is just profitable, people wouldn't be that willing to sell it. If you buy a business, there's probably something you need to do to make it profitable, right? It probably needs some work. Because if it's already profitable, why would they sell it to you? Why would they sell you something that they make money from already?